so that that opening in your hip can actually happen. Three more breaths where you are. Okay, after your last exhale, extend your left leg out and see if you can maybe walk your hands up your leg all the way up to your ankle, maybe even the edges of the foot, wherever you will reach. If you don't reach, you can use a towel and wrap the towel around the foot, or you can use a yoga belt, or just grab wherever you can grab. It doesn't really matter how far you go. And then from here, pull the knee in a few times. So now you're going to feel it more on the back of your thigh and the back of your hamstring. And then coming to stillness wherever you are. So maybe your arms are extended, you grabbing hold of your foot, and just make sure your bum doesn't come off the floor that much. You want to push your lower back down into the floor. You want to keep pushing your right knee out. So maybe even planting your right elbow into the ground. So you're doing a hip opener together with hamstring opener. And for some of you, this might be a little bit too intense, maybe. So if it's too intense, just go back into that figure four and maybe grabbing the knee and pulling it closer towards. Stay in here for a few more breaths. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release that bind and drop the left foot down. You're going to keep your legs in a figure four position. So flex that right foot. You're going to inhale with your energy. Exhale, drop your left knee down to the floor. With your left hand, push into your inner thigh, and you want to push the knee out and away from you. And here we're going to create a few circles with your right hand. So inhale, circle. Exhale, reach over. Inhale, circle. Exhale, reach over, so lengthening through the side of the body. And the last one. And then reach over. So you're going to bring your right arm over your head and bring it close to your ear here. So your arm is extended up. The hip. So through this TFL muscle that connects to your IT band, just on the side of the hip right here. This is where you should feel a sensation of a stretch. And just relax through the rest of the body. Closing your eyes. We'll stay here for 3 more breaths. And you also. Good. And from here, you're just going to grab the outside of the knee and pull it down. For your lower back, you can keep your right on where it is, or you can bring it out to the side. And just gently press the knee down. So with every exhale, you want the same on the other side. So figure four, starting with figure four, left ankle on top of your right thigh, pull the right knee in and interlace your hands behind your knee, drop the right heel down towards the glute. So inhale here, as you exhale, pull the knee in. Just first observe, notice how you feel in your left hip, see if it's tighter than the other. And then come into that stretch. So you want to keep your lower back heavy to the ground, but you want to keep pulling the right knee in closer and pushing the left knee out. You can use your elbow to push it. And then close your eyes. Hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, and 1. See if you can extend your right leg out. If you do want to go deeper, start walking your hands up your leg, maybe grabbing your ankle, maybe grabbing your foot, wherever you are. Just pull it in a few times. See how you feel. You might feel that nice lengthening stretch on the back of the calf muscle. So again, you can prop this. You can just drop your left elbow down and then prop your left knee so the knee pushes out, and you're going to pull the right leg in towards the ground. Good, and just breathe here. So notice where you feel the most sensation. Where does the opening need to happen in your body? Where do you feel tight? And hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 1. Slowly release. Bend the leg. Keep your left ankle on the top of your right thigh. Inhale here, and as you exhale, drop the right knee down to the floor. With your right hand, you're going to push onto the inner thigh. You're going to allow that knee to travel away from you. And we're going to do 3 circles with your left arm. Inhale here. As you exhale, lengthen and reach up. 2 more. And stay here, either bring your left hand close to your head. So you're opening through the side of the body, again, on the other side of the hips. So you should be able to feel it through the front part of the hip. If you bring your hands and you palpate your hip bones, which is really easy to find, the front part of the bones, and just on the outside of the bone, there's this muscle that connects to your IT band. So you should feel a nice opening through the side of the hip here. And then close your eyes, relax your hips into the ground, relax the back of the shoulders, the back of your head. 3 more breaths here. Good, and from here, slowly just drop that knee down to the floor. So you're going back into the spinal rotation, spinal twist, but a little bit deeper. You can keep your left hand where it is or bring it out to the side. And on every exhale, trying to bring the left knee down to the floor without your shoulders peeling off. 3 breaths here. When you inhale, think about inhaling and expanding your ribs. Good, and then slowly just start to release through here, through the center. Give yourself a nice hug, and we're just going to try to rock forward and back. So if this is in your practice and you normally do halasana in yoga, you're going to touch the heels to the ground, and as you rock back, you're going to touch the toes. If your toes don't reach the ground, don't worry about it. Just allow the momentum to sort of take you there, but don't force it. So just be gentle with it, as if you were massaging your spine. If you're able to reach, touch the toes over your head, and then maybe bring your hands on top of your knees. Push the knees up and try to kick your heels away from you. So you feel a nice opening on the back of the spine. Take a few deep breaths here. And then slowly, slowly, with control, you're going to start to release. You might need to support your lower back and slowly use your abdominals to keep your legs as close to your chest as you can. Rocking up into a seated position, we're going to take a butterfly. So butterfly is a very common pose in yoga. Probably all of you know it. Bringing the soles of your feet together. And then allowing your knees to open to the side. So you're going to interlace your hands and wrap your hands around. And you're just going to move your knee one by one here. Notice how you feel in your hips individually. So trying to keep your spine straight as well instead of rounding. So make sure you're not like this. If your upper back is rounding, you might need to bring a block and sit on top of the block or sit on an elevated surface where your hips are maybe a little bit higher than your knees. And then just bring a movement through both hips, through both hip joints. And from here now, if you have a prop, I'm going to use my bolster in this position. You're just simply going to flex forward. So you can bring your prop maybe on top of your feet and just relax your forearms into the floor. If you're able to go deeper, then you just bring it in front of you, lower your forehead down. If you're able to go even deeper and you don't need a prop, you drop your head all the way down, and if you're quite close to the ground, you bring your arms on the outside so that your shoulders and your head can completely relax. So you're just allowing the gravity to take you deeper into the pose. If your knees are quite high off the floor and you need a prop, then you can use your blocks, you can use your pillows, prop your knees, that your knees can be comfortable. If you feel any discomfort around the knee joints or hip joints, maybe move your feet out a little bit. Play around with this distance. And then once you find your pose, coming to a complete stillness, you can move your head from side to side, maybe relaxing the back of the neck, just allowing your gravity to take you deeper into this pose. Good. Just make sure you're working on your breath here. So imagine if you had to hold this pose for longer than 5 minutes or 10 minutes or even 15. You just want to relax. So you want to try to find comfort within the discomfort that you are in. No sharp pain should be felt. Only lengthening and stretching sensation on your inner thighs, on your hips maybe in different places, maybe your shins, your ankles. We'll stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're going to take a twist. Inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, twist from the center of your spine and drop your hand on the opposite shoulder. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist deeper. Good, and slowly release back to the center. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, twist from the center of the spine. Drop your hands, so hand on the outside of the knee. Inhale where you are, and exhale, twist. Back to the center. So we're going to focus on the lateral side of the hamstrings now. So you're going to walk your feet out and you're going to come into this nice long diamond shape. So your knees are still going to be off the floor. You're going to remove your props this time. So your heels are connected and your feet are in a V shape. Upper body lengthens. So inhale when you're in the center, and as you exhale, rotate your upper body towards your left knee. From here, you're just going to flex forward. So there might be a lot of space here. If you're not able to drop all the way down, you bring your hands under the knee. your prop or your pillow on the top of your thigh and just flex over it. So you're going to be here. Okay, so this is really nice, comfortable way to use your props. And your right knee can be still propped. So you can bring a pillow or cushion under the right knee, and we're focusing on the left thigh now. So we're rotating, bring your arms under and drop in. And because you're in a slide rotation, you're also targeting on the right side in your lower back too. Or if you don't have any props and you're quite far off your knee, bring your fists on top of each other and drop your forehead on top of it. So that's another way of relaxing into the pose. And in this position, you might feel that sensation of lengthening on both sides, not just the left. Just closing your eyes, and essentially you're going to just lower your chest closer to the ground with every exhale. Three more breaths here. On your last exhale, slowly raise your head up and come out of the pose. Good. Take a twist on both sides. Just neutralize your spine. Good. And bring that pillow or block, if you have it, under the left knee. And we're going to do the same under the right. So rotate your upper body towards your right knee. Feed your arms under. And you just flexing forward. Relaxing the forehead on top of the knee if you're quite far away. Then you can just bring your fists on top of each other or use a pillow. And now you're going to feel that opening on the left side in the lower back area. So keep breathing, keep using your breath. And with every exhale, try to lower deeper towards the ground. So relax in your upper body. In Yin Yoga, we don't really have any specific or strict alignments. You're just trying to go deeper into the poses. So there's more of an opening that can happen without any sharp pain. Exhale, slowly come out of the pose. Take a twist again on both sides. Good, and drop both knees together. Bend them. Grab the back of the knees. And as you inhale, you're going to roll on top of your sitting bones. Bring your chest forward, shoulders back, and look up. And as you exhale, round your spine until your arms are extended. Push the ribs away from you. So create space between the shoulder blades. And inhale, roll on top of your sitting bones. Bring your chest forward, look up. And as you exhale, round. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, round. We'll do one more. Inhale, roll forward. And exhale, round. Good. From here, we're going to come into a forward fold. So bring your feet parallel to each other, hip bone distance. Move your bum out of the way. So you want to anteriorly rotate your pelvis. So you just find this sort of a movement with your toe forward and back, forward and back. So you want to raise the tailbone off the floor and then just walk your hands as far as you can. So there are a few options here. Again, this is really nice to use a prop. Your pillow can come on top of your thighs and essentially you just drop down into it. So you can relax here. Or if you're able to go deeper, you can just use one of your blocks, bring them in between your calf muscles, and then drop down so that your forehead is resting. Your arms are not extending, you're not pulling, it's not an active stretch, it's a passive pose. So you want to bring your forearms on the outside of the shins, palms are facing up, and you just relax into it. If you're able to go deeper, then just lower the block. And your knees don't have to be super straight. They can be micro bends, they can be soft. And this forward fold is really good for opening up the whole posterior chain of your body. So it's your calf muscles, your hamstrings, your back, your whole spine. Just find a way that you can relax into the pose. We'll stay here for 10. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and slowly roll out of the pose. Walk your hands back, bring your fingers facing your feet, so remove the block if you have it. Zip your inner thighs together and point the toes. So you're going to push your heels and your hands in, glutes and your hamstrings. Try to touch all the 10 toes to the ground, raising your hips up. And exhale, lower. And we do that 2 more times. Push, exhale, lower. And push. Last pose, which is going to be a wide-legged child's pose, opening the knees out and tucking your toes. Sit back onto your heels. Really nice way to relax into a child's pose is to bring your bolster or pillow in the center, in between your knees. Walking your hands out and relax your upper body into it. So hands can be relaxed on the outside. And we're just going to take a couple of deep breaths here. Think about expanding your chest, expanding your... And as you exhale, relax the ribs down and in. So it's a really nice way to relax your lower back. Three more breaths. Last 2. Good. You're going to slowly come out of the pose. Child's pose is a very comfortable position. If you want to hold it for a little bit longer, feel free to hold it longer. Remove your bolster or pillows from underneath you and walk your hands forward. So come on top of your spider hands and see if you can lower your body all the way down to the floor and just give yourself a nice rock from side to side. And then slowly walk your hands back up into a seated position. Draw your both knees in together. And we're going to take our last twist. Inhale here. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale. And exhale, twist to your left. Good. And slowly release your upper body back to the center. And this is your session for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for joining in and for tuning in today, and I shall see you next week. Namaste, everyone.